Flobo Boys here with that hashtag show. But let's talk about big events this weekend. This man, the wild rider himself, Clark Connors, is going to be at Battle of the Valley. How's it going, sir?
It's doing great, baby. I'm enjoying the sunshine right now.
Okay, that's what's up. I saw the promo packages. I saw the videos. You are fired up for this one. Television championship on the line. How do you feel?
I'm feeling great, man. This TV championship, ever since they announced it, was something that I've had my eyes on. It fits me perfectly. 15 minutes tops in the ring. You go hard as you can. I love it, man.
Well, is that a hindrance or kind of an opportunity, only having 15 minutes to get your work in?
No, for me, it's an opportunity. That's like where I thrive in. If I have around 15 minutes, that's the longest I usually am in the ring, anyways. so
Yeah.
so I'm made for that type of match. You know, those 30-minute barn burners that you see in the main event. That's not necessarily my style. I'd rather just get after it and do what matters.
Yeah, you could knock somebody out in 30 seconds if you wanted to. But
All the minutes.
I'm not here to jinx you, but Zack Sabre Jr. is a living legend. People have been saying that the champ is the favorite going into the contest this weekend. Thoughts about that?
Yeah, man. I mean, there's nothing. I wouldn't put it past anybody for thinking that. It kind of makes sense. He's been doing it for a long time at the highest level. He's the best technical grappling wrestler in the world. There's no doubt about that. But what he hasn't done is gone against someone like me, who I take that underdog role seriously because I like it because you don't expect much. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna bust him up. He's not gonna know what hits him. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, for sure, man. That's going to be a classic to say the least. But let's talk about you for a second. I mean, you are on the rise. That's kind of an understatement there. You did the whole dojo system. But let me ask you about your perspective going through that. The LA dojo, working your way up, building it. What's it been like for you so far on that journey?
Yeah, man. If you need one word for it, it's hard. Um, and what I mean by that is it's you work hard, you play hard, but more importantly, it makes you hard. You know, which is you can take that however you want to take that out of context and put it in your headlines right there. But no, it really does. Like my skin is thicker than anybody's. You know, in this business, we've gone through it. We've had the we have the mental fortitude built up through it. And yeah, it's exciting that I can take that and apply it to anything else in this business, and that people respect me for it. Which I mean, I hope they do, but we'll see.
Yeah, it must be kind of crazy getting on a plane and beating up people worldwide. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, it's just if they need someone to get their ass kicked, call up Clark. Let's go.
Well, I'm actually heading to Japan this September. I need to know what should be my order at Riberia Steakhouse. What should I get?
Oh man, okay, so I don't want to ruin it for you, but the steak isn't the best steak in Japan, that's for sure.
Uh,
But the corn soup, my friend. I mean, you maybe heard it
okay.
before, but it is the best corn soup you'll ever have in your entire life. So I would just say get their regular set platter, and man, that's it. That's exactly what you need, and get yourself a photo out front with John Cena on the on the pin.
That's perfect. I'm just going to eat. I'll eat whatever they got. I don't really care much for quality.
Exactly. Just give me food,
Uh,
please. One food
yeah,
and lots of beers.
right. So over the past 2 years and on, we've seen this forbidden door become pretty much one of those saloon doors, back and forth, promotions against promotions. You were involved with that. Is it? I mean, where was from your perspective? What was that like? Going to different promotions, representing, carrying the flag for New Japan, things like that.
Yeah, man. That one was kind of sprung on me, but I have been doing work like been on Dark, been here and there, been with Impact, been done some stuff, Ring of Honor, whatever it is, just jumping around, and I love it because, like I said before, that LA Dojo and New Japan Dojo, New Japan vibe kind of comes in front of me. It's like the wind that blows the door open, basically. So before I'm even there, people are like, "Oh, this guy's coming in," and they think of me a certain way. They think of all of us a certain way in the locker room, which I love, but because then it's like you get expectations and we always surpass them. But in terms of just being a good human and stuff, like and having our heads on straight, sometimes they think when I come in, when some of the best guys come in, they think we're going to be some crazy dudes, and we are, but we're also nice too, and so I love working with those AEW guys because those every locker room is different. And I'm always excited to go in there, and they treat me well, and I always have the utmost respect for the stuff they do over there. It's some real top end professional stuff.
What's your opinion on the brand footprint of New Japan? I mean, there's a strong brand and there's the classic one. Is it like a big family? Is it internal competition? Kind of can I one up each crew? What is that like on your end?
Well, so I'm kind of like the middle child stuck between the two parents. You know what I mean? Because it's like I'm contracted to to the New Japan proper brand, the Japanese one, quote unquote. And but I've been, I was kind of one of the first people on Strong, and one of the people they built were building Strong around. So I would say there's a um, healthy competition between the two. Obviously, I think that the guys in Japan feel a certain way, about being, top level dudes, But my biggest thing is when people walk in the New Japan Strong locker room, I let them know that, like, no, we do things how we do them, like how I do them, and that's, it's a looser locker room, for sure. And that's something that I think is important, and it's a team locker room. That's something that we've cultivated at New Japan Strong, where it's, after the first match we get hype back there. We're out there just like that was we want the show. We're all working for the show to be as best as it can be. So that's something that I think is unique over there.
Oh wow, that's cool vibe to have. It's pushing yourself, iron sharpens iron. But we're talking about differences of roster this Saturday, Battle in the Valley in San Jose. Mm-hmm. The world's been buzzing about the stateside debut of Mercedes Moné. I mean, there's been headlines, there's been website clicks, and all of that. What's it been like from your perspective, seeing that kind of talent come in?
Hey man, I love it. Anybody who wants to be here. And I am so happy if they want to be here. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody wants to be in Japan. It's the top wrestling in the world. Yeah. That being said, when the two meet in the middle, where we can figure out a way to get her over here, and then she wants to, and that applies to anybody who's at her level, that makes me excited. And she is Moné. You know what I mean? Because like they just announced her match, and that place sold out. So. Yeah. Hey man, if she keeps paying dividends, I think it's only good for business, and I love to see it. So that's great.
Yeah. Even though we're going to be in San Jose this weekend, are there any dream venues you like to put the little collar and elbow on worldwide?
Man, okay, I'd have to think about that one. Obviously, I want to do more, just more stadium shows. That's something I've always had in mind. Like, 'cause I've wrestled in the Tokyo Dome and in front of like big audiences like that. And it's always such a different feel. Like I've wrestled in Corkin, I've wrestled in Washington Hall, I've wrestled in some of these historic little buildings all around the East Coast. So I've been to a lot of cool places with some history behind them. But yeah, I've been to York Hall, all that stuff. So I've had a lot of them checked off. But I think the two, if I had to pick one big one, I would say Arena Mexico. I definitely want to get down there and do something. And then I would love to wrestle in Seattle. It's my original hometown. So maybe in in Lumen Field in the big one for a big event one day. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, he's like, I wrestle the Tokyo Dome, no big deal. It's just every day for Clark Connors, I'm actually going to visit Lumen Field for the first time this spring. I got tickets to the XFL team, the Seattle Sea Dragons.
Sea Dragons, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Was that call it the crown jewel of King County, Seattle, Washington? So I've heard Zack Sabre Jr. has a whole team of people just scouring, searching his name, Googling his name. You may come across this here video. I mean, if you have anything you want to say to the champ ahead of your matchup this weekend, now's the time.
Hey man, all I'm saying is I'm gonna bust that posh prick back to Sheppy, back to Japan. And back to where he's feeling comfortable, because when he's in the ring with me, it's going to get wild in there, and he is not going to be on his A game. So once he gets out of concussion protocol, I'll have a nice beer with him afterwards while I'm holding the championship. So that's for real.
That's only fair. The Wild Rhino, Clark Connors, man. Thanks so much for being on the show. Appreciate you.
Thank you, man.